Hey, welcome back. Let's resume live. So last time we met a new party member
I'm gone.
named Whaler. Okay, and apparently Ignis is standing here. He won't come with the party, so I got confirmation from my friend that he's just gonna stay here. He's not gonna come with us if we leave him here, and that really sucks. Uh, yeah. So we can only have at most 6 members at our party. We can't really switch them out uh, just outside of combat. We have to go back to the location where we left the party member and then pick them up. That's what we'll have to do, you know. And if, like Cursed Underground is probably an area where we can't revisit once we leave. So if we leave through this portal, uh, it's probably true that we can't revisit this area as part of the story, because we'll probably progress forward and maybe end up in Sigil again later, and we won't be able to come back to pick up Ignis if we leave Ignis behind. So that's terrible. If we knew this beforehand, something that we could have possibly did is, like, we could have left Ignis in Sigil, preemptively left him in Sigil, uh, went through, like, go through this whole section, and then later on maybe we could have went back to Sigil and picked him up. But since we encountered Wailor here, and if our party is full, we are forced to sacrifice one of our members. At least that's what I understood. I didn't try to pry out more details because we are going through a blind playthrough, right? So if that's the case, then Ignis will be stuck here, which, yeah, that's pretty horrible. Uh, even though he's like really, he won't really contribute much to any conversations, or like he's in that engaging of a party member, he still has history with us, right? He still has relevant history with us, and Valor even makes him seem tame in comparison. And he's like, I feel like he's almost like a younger brother. This nameless one, let's assume this nameless one is like a positive individual who cares for people, okay? For instance, like, he's not like previous let's just assume, just in an RP sense. At least that's how I am going through the story, right? And so this Cygnus is more like a younger brother who's a little bit disabled. He's in fully there. He's a little bit gone, but we're still carrying him around. He still gives us a little bit of happiness, even though we don't call it out. He's still uh, someone we like having around, you know. And if you go talk to him, this is the most annoying part. Like, if you talk to him, okay, he said I wait, but earlier he said, as I stand here, I'm having these thoughts. Like, I forgot. Like, let me try again. I think he has said,
I wait to walk the path of flames.
okay, that's fine. Like, this is the most engaging dialogue he has, right? This is the most normal he'll talk. Like, when you leave him alone and come back, he makes us kind of feel guilty because he seems a little bit more sentient at that point.
As I remained here,
Yeah.
thoughts filled with flames.
Oh, it's with flames. Regardless, it's we still have that. We still feel that responsibility because he was kind of our doing. Like, he's this way in a sense because we nurtured him to be this, and the nameless one who is currently walking the path kind of feels the weight of that. And even though I didn't explicitly point it out, like, in hindsight, like, seeing that we had to leave him behind, all of that is becoming a bit more real. But out of all the party members, like, everyone else at least have more things to contribute in terms of dialogue and, like, in terms of, like, quips they will provide when we are exploring. But in the same way, if Ignis really speaks, then something really bad is about to happen because he doesn't really respond otherwise, right? So yeah, many things to consider, but at the moment I think leaving Ignis behind would be the only reasonable thing we can do. So we'll pick up Valor because Valor is definitely an interesting character. We haven't explored his past yet, and I don't know if we have fully explored Ignis's past yet. We got a bunch of spells from him. Nameless One has a couple of spells from Ignis by sacrificing part of himself, part of ourselves. We have gained some spells: Seeking Flames, Infernal Orb, Ignis Terror. I think that's it. We only got up to level 2 spells from Ignis, and I had a feeling that we'll get more if we could somehow progress this quest. Maybe that's not the case. We won't know. For now, we won't know. Yeah, at least in this playthrough, we won't know. Maybe we'll, once it finishes, we can look it up. Ball lightning, maybe ball lightning. I don't know. Ball lightning is AoE. I don't want to have that. Balance and all things. Hmm. This is for. This is for. This is usually for people who take hits. Vampiric touch might be useful if Mort is in danger. We can kind of channel some health into him. Yeah, we don't have any spells at these levels. Ooh, what's this? Guardian Mantle. All physical hostile attacks can be done away with. The spells create a magic blanket of energy that envelops the caster's body and deflects all physical attacks for 50 seconds. Plus 5 seconds per level of the caster. All attackers must make a successful saving throw as a spell at -4 penalty in order to break through. Otherwise, their attacks are thwarted by the mantle. In addition, while the spell is active, the caster can still attack or use magic. The spell cancels all other protective effects while the spell is active. This is really powerful, but it only affects the caster. I wish we could like cast it on Mort or something, because Mort will the person will be taking the most physical damage. But we are also like sometimes in the middle of we get some crossfire, or usually enemies aggro to nameless one first, and then maybe Mort takes up aggro, right? If we are ambushed. Otherwise, we can like slowly move Mort forward and pull the enemies. But yeah, seems like an ice spell, but we don't have slots yet. I don't know when we'll unlock these slots. We're like level 12, 13 at this point. We only unlocked slots till 6. Yeah, with that preamble out of the way, let's move. We'll probably not meet with Ignis again in this playthrough. We'll see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe towards the end, maybe we have. I feel like, see, like this is something that I didn't expect in this game. The NPCs so far who are with us, right? They're really engaging to have around. Not engaging, like we are invested in their story. That's not something that I presumed when we started the journey. Like when Dakon was picked up or Ignis was presented or Mort was beside us, I didn't imagine them to become a real part. I don't know why that subconsciously I had that feeling. Maybe it was like from some hidden context somewhere I got that feeling that it's Nameless One's story and everyone else is to be just uh, left to, like, they aren't that important. But obviously for a story like this, having strong party members are so valuable, and currently it is doing that. And I feel like towards the end it'll be really powerful if the game forces us to make choices with our companions. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I don't want to like pick apart the game. Like I don't. That's not something that I want to do. Like let's just experience it as is. But that is a thought that I had because these characters really felt like I was invested in the stories so far. Let's just skip the combat. We have gone through this area before. I don't know if let's just okay. Maybe we'll kill these ones, but we know that there's a skeleton somewhere here with a skull that has the house of Fhjull inside it. So we'll just rush towards that. Maybe just here we'll use some abilities. We have our trusty cold lightning, and we can use fire and ice. And everyone else chill, okay? Because you're going to get damaged otherwise. Say more and Anna
will be done.
Aye, might as well.
How may I help?
I am Valor.
Oh, we don't know what Valor does. Valor doesn't really do anything, I guess. He can only attack.
What is thy bidding?
Oh, he has such a commanding voice. Damage 27. What the hell? I guess they have very little magic resistance. That's insane damage. Anna magic resistance 60. See, everyone gets hit. That's why I'm so scared of casting these spells. Regardless, let's just deal with them.
Your sheer ugliness stabs pain into my eyes. You see that? Huh? Your sheer ugliness stabs pain into my eyes. What? Imbecile.
Alright, alright. Gronk. That's what it's called.
Done.
Alright, let's just rush ahead. I will ignore the rest of the enemies. Please don't get caught up in the terrain. Just move on. Okay, the skull should be here. Alright, let's go in. Okay, we are inside House of Fhjull now. So this is a fiend that the Deva pointed us towards, and he said that let's just look at the journal entries. I don't think we have read the journal entries from last few episodes. I defeated Cassius and been to test. Okay, let's just quickly go through the journal entries. Okay. I found the angel Ravel spoke of, Trias, imprisoned and cursed. To think the citizens would treat an angel in such a way. This really is a city of cutthroats and backstabbers. Not that that's any different from any other any of the other places I've been to. Yeah, but this is increased. Like this was deliberately so in a sense. Like everyone was prepared to cheat us out. In a way, Trias told me that he can only be freed by an act of kindness. In this case, by retrieving his sword and striking off his chains. Okay, I didn't really notice it as an act of kindness. I just thought we just doing it to meet our to reach our goal. A disgustingly fat man challenged me for the blade in the center of the prison. He said he had the essence of it in him, and should I decide, I would have to confront him. I'm beginning a test of wits with the Cassius, a series of 3 riddles. Should I succeed, I gain the blade. Should I fail, he threatens to make an instrument of my skeleton and spirit. I defeated Cassius, guardian of the blade in the prison of Curse, in a duel of wits. His question was remarkably easy. Deva has told me that a fiend named Fhjull Forktongue might be able to aid me in my quest. The fiend lives in Outlands, and apparently he's under some sort of obligation to try us. So, yeah, we'll see. I can leave Cursed and find Fhjull by taking a link of Trace's broken chain and finding a portal to the north. I encountered a spectral suit of armor in the bottom of the Cursed prison. It looks like it's been there for some time. Its name is Vaylor, and it says it's a mercy killer, servitor of justice. I had a distant memory, a memory of me being the one imprisoning Vaylor beneath Cursed. He had come there in search of me, and I had a cell specially prepared to hold him so that he could not cross my path again. Beyond the treachery of the event, the words of my previous incarnation were strange. He said that he believed Vaylor might have the power to kill me, as long as justice guided his acts. For some reason, I have a feeling that is true. But why didn't the incarnation just kill him? Was there some purpose to keeping him alive? Okay, we are yet to find that purpose. Valor is more than just a restless spirit. He seems to be an embodiment of justice. He told me that justice grants him strength needed to correct injustices. The greater the injustice, the more the strength he gains to correct it. Valor claims the justice may grant him strength to unmake armies, even defeat gods upon their thrones. For some reason, his words kindled a faint memory in me. I never heard the words before, and as impossible as they sound, I know them to be true. Okay, justice is lawfulness, right? And here too, like I guess Ignis also had this aspect where we knew that Ignis could kill us. We had an innate reaction to meeting Ignis for the first time. We remembered or realized in a way that Ignis could kill us, same way Valor could also kill us. So that's kind of interesting.
All right.
This is House of Fhjull. Seems like a very small area. Let's see. Oh, Anna is rushing ahead. I don't know why Anna is rushing ahead. Anna, usually you're scared. Stay back. Oh, it's a narrow pathway. Okay. Probably get to see his character model soon. Oh. Fhjull Fork-tongued. Oh, it's quite difficult to understand what it looks like. It probably has wings. This is the beard. It's almost like a male, what's her name? Ravel. Fhjull Fork-tongued. Distill, else a chamber pot you'll be. Distill or be still? I missed the. Oh, this is a side profile. Thrice cursed bottle. Is he some sort of alchemist? Look at the surroundings. There are These are probably some animals, some creatures. No, are these roots? They may be roots. Oh, we can see his tail and a sort of exoskeleton. Interesting. Let's quick save and just see if we have anything to click on here. Nothing, it seems. Okay, let's talk to him.
I have been here before.
Antinari in my
This time I will
home.
not leave.
Of all the indignities, why don't you invite your whole filthy species in?
You see a broken winged fiend with one tattered wing covered in scars. His voice is clenched, angry, and despairing, issuing from behind gritting teeth. A tenari in my home, of all the indignities. Why don't you invite your whole filthy species in? Okay. Fhjull. Fuh. The fetid stench of a tenari. I can smell it for leagues. Show some respect for my home. Can't you find some fumes or acidic vapors to try and drown your scent? Huh. I'll never get that tenari stench out of the place. It'll draw Batisu from all over the plains. Okay. So he's a fiend, a tenari, or what is a fiend? A fiend could be a tenari or a Batisu. Could either of them be a fiend or is he? I don't know. I don't know what a fiend is. The thing is, I haven't looked at the NPC versus PC character list for quite some time. I could cautiously go and look at the NPC list because the PC list is kind of scary to look at in case, because it spoils any potential companions. I don't think we will have too many new companions, maybe one or two more at most. But yeah, I've kind of fell off from looking at NPC lists for quite some time. Maybe we'll look at lists after talking to him. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know what a fiend is. I like the way she smells. It's pretty. Oh, and it's not just any Nari, but a Nari whore who's just walked into my home. Things can't get any worse. Come in, come in. Please, my home is your home. He waves his hand in the air in despair. Why don't you invite all the rest of your abyssal harpies into my home to torment me? Far from grace, I extend my greetings to you, Advocate Infernus Fork-tongued. Advocate Infernus Fork-tongued. Did she know who Fhjull is? We could have talked to her earlier, I guess. We might have had an option in her dialogue to know. Like, she's a very educated person, right? She probably has a more unbiased opinion of the world than Mort does. Even if Mort has knowledge, I guess some of it is mostly gone after he's been removed from the pillar. And he also has an extremely biased take on the world. He's very dismissive of different philosophies, especially if he thinks those philosophies are like a bit high strung. He won't, he won't elucidate it to us in any fair way. But I feel like if we ask the same question to Far From Grace, she'll give a more fair opinion. And maybe she knew who Fhjull was. We could have asked her because she's Advocate Infernus walk tongue. It feels like she know who he is. So maybe you could have asked her. Apart from this, I extend my greetings. Grace notes with a slight bow. I'll take your suggestion under consideration. Oh wow, she's you cannot make her angry. My God. Have you come to kill me, torment me? If so, know that I still have much power at my disposal. I have not come to kill you. I have not come to torment you. I just want to answer to some questions. Forget it. It doesn't mean like I don't think reassuring him means anything to him. But let's just try. Let's just try. I have not come to kill you. Fuh. Only if you would. Then you could put an end to this shell of an existence. Okay. So he is in torment maybe. What makes his existence so bad? He rolls his eyes. Have you seen the glories of Bator? Walk through its darkened places and visited the screaming steel cities, hidden beneath the noisome smokes. You would not ask. Fuh. Okay. So he's fed up with this world. Alright, answer some questions for me. How can morons speak so much? He waves his hand. Speak, speak. Fuh. Tell me of Trias. Tell me of yourself. How do you get your wings that way? Where is this place? I was told that you know of my mortality. It has been stolen from me. What are you doing? I need a place to rest. Okay. So he hasn't recognized that, like, at least from his dialogue, we don't notice that he has recognized Nameless One. He just thinks of you as a moron. I don't think that's the impression that Nameless One leaves with anyone else. So he's probably not recognizing Nameless One at least. At the very least, he's not recognizing us. Or maybe he doesn't know that he's in possession of our mortality. So Yeah. What are you doing? I need a place to rest. Interesting. Where is this place? A blasted crater in the outlines that reflects the emptiness and hollowness of my life. I'm just gonna skip saying fur. I think it's gonna add it too many times. So, hollowness of my life. I need little. Marrow from the creature supplies me with food, and peculiar energies of the place prevents crying fools from finding me. Though idiots apparently can still find their way here. Okay. What is this creature? What makes your life so empty? Let's ask the second question again. He might reply with the same answer, but I'm interested regardless. Okay, it's the same answer. So, what happened to you? Wait. This is maybe a different episode. Have you walked the scalding streets of Dis and smelled the sweet stench of burning flesh? Burning of flesh. Breathe deep the poisonous vapors of Stygia's ice flows. Led armies to the nightlit palaces. You don't ask this question, near man. I don't know what a near man is. So what happened to you? That accursed Deva is what happened to me. So secure I was, so sure. Stripped of my power like a fledgling. No wonder it is that the hordes of Bator marshals seek me. No wonder it is that the hordes of Bator's marshals seek me. Okay. Tell me of Treyas. He always starts. Okay, for years of service as an advocate in furnace, painstaking detail and organization. I've never questioned my superiors. I did all that was asked of me. I punished those below me with the cruelest and most inventive punishments when they failed. Ugh. Then one slip, it all comes crashing down, all due to chance, chaos, randomness. And the lesser races wonder why the Batasu wish multiverse to be an orderly construct. Okay, so this fiend is a Batasu. I think he is a Batasu. He pauses hissing in anger. The Deva lied. It lied. Try as a betrayer, tricked me into signing a contract, and I, blinded by the possibility of capturing him, walked straight into his trap. Okay, what was this contract? If he dies, the contract is over, but I have not been able to find him, and if I did, how would I harm him? What am I to do? Even these treacherous thoughts make my mind burn in pain. I was so sure that I had that paragon of self-righteousness. That short-sighted greed cost me the rest of my centuries of glorious conniving and entombed me in the sinkhole of goodwill. Blah. Trias betrayed tricked me into signing a contract, and I, blinded by the possibility of capturing him, walked straight into his trap. If he dies, the contract is over, but I have not been able to find him. If I did, how would I harm him? What am I to do? Even these treacherous thoughts make my mind burn in pain. I was so sure the the paragon of self-righteousness. The short-sighted greed cost me the rest of my centuries of glorious conniving and entered me in a sinkhole of goodwill. Okay, maybe the contract was that he had to do goodwill, so he cannot kill Deva because if he kills him, the contract is over. Because he's saying that he's deprived of the rest of his life from glorious conniving, right? So maybe he cannot do evil anymore because of this contract. And in the same way, he can't really kill Deva either because of the contract.
Updated my journal.
Stupidity is a sign of weakness. There is no injustice in an advanced seeker being taken advantage of. Stupidity is a sign of weakness. There is no injustice in an advanced seeker being taken advantage of. Okay. So Whaler is suggesting that this is no injustice. So he's noticing that Deva has kind of tricked Fhjull to get him to sign this contract, but he has immediately judged that being stupid is a weakness, and someone who is treacherous himself can be subjected to treachery, and that's not really injustice. That's how I'm reading it. And now I'm cursed to do good deeds, to aid those in need of aid. For an eternity of curses on Trias, a pox on his blessed aid. May all the dung heaps of Maladomini rain down upon his head. He rants for a few more moments and then turns his attention back to you and speaks through gritted teeth. My contract with Deva now bids me to ask what I can do for you. Have you come to torment me, kill me? This is such a this is a I don't know if it's a nice situation. This is a very interesting situation, right? Like he's tormented because he has to help everyone. I have come seeking only knowledge. I have not come to torment you. I have not come to kill you. Okay. I have come seeking only knowledge. Oh, wonderful. Okay. He will have to answer all of our questions because we are asking him to help us. Um, what are you doing? I was simply living my life in pain numbing and tragic solitude. Pain numbing and tragic solitude. Okay, it's even pain numbing. That's interesting. Uh, Appeared without invitation into this crater of my life. The crater, such a metaphor for my life, for my existence. A pale shadow of the dwellings I used to possess. Oh, good self. Oh, good self-absorbed ranting. Farewell. Uh, okay, tell me after yes. That's fine. Let's just go back. Tell me after yes. For I have said all I intend to say on the matter of the betrayer. It was who condemned me to this life, and he whose guts I'll see stringing the gates of dawn like a celestial harp. No, no, no harm to the Deva curses. Okay. Tell me yourself how the wings said that way. Doing. We'll ask the fifth question last. Where is this place? We already asked that question. How do wings get that way? Oh yes, aren't they beautiful? They were the first things to be stripped from me before my exile, before I was forced to flee the burning halls of my people. The wings were taken as trophies by the lowly Abysai, for banners in the blood war. Horns were snapped from my skulls, and I was hollowed out as a drinking horn for my Lord Bell. Accursed be his name across the plains. Yeah, how did that happen? You're still alive, right? How did they make a drinking horn out of you? Why did that happen? I've said all I intended to say on the matter of the betrayer. That's fine. Sas, how did your wings get that way? What can you tell me of the blood war? Have you drummed your skull against every rock that falls on the mountain of ignorance? In the lower plains rages the blood war. There's not another plane that is not touched by this conflict. Think of the most hideous war imaginable. Magnify it a billion times in time and scope, and you have a fraction of the battlefield for which the lower planes are fought. It is a war of ideology to define one of the most basic concepts of multiverse. Go on. It gives research a prod. More horrific creations have come about because of the blood war. Why? Because it's pain and death and evil. More horrific creations have come about because of the blood war. Why? Because it's pain and death and evil. The Tenari fight for chaos and evil, evil through brute force and sudden flurries of whim and hate. Their evil is the evil of horde, a mob of mentality of whirling evil. A mob mentality of whirling evil. They kill and plunder. And the other side? The Batsu wish only strictly regimented evil, promoting the cause of evil in a precise, orderly fashion. The Tenari murder, the the Batsu exploit. Two are determined to exterminate the other. Continue. Part of my assignment, and I was the best, mind you, was drafting new recruits, mostly planar warriors and mages from other worlds to serve as fodder and frontline troops in the war. Word has it that I caught the eye of Lord Bell himself. Even he saw my worth. Now my humiliation is complete. Do you recognize me? Ooh, interesting response. Word has it that I caught the eye of Lord Bell himself. Do you recognize me? He scrutinizes you closely for the first time. Memories run like hollow canyons through my mind, almost human. Many creatures have I met in an immortal's time, though I do not believe you are among them. Go on. Fork-tongue shrugs. You look alike to me, and I think I would have remembered the scarred flesh of your... You all look alike to me. You all look alike to me, and I think I would have remembered the scarred flesh of your body. It is much less the breathing paintings that Bedak Bell's gallery of... Oh, give me a second. Fork-tongue shrugs. You all look alike to me, and I think I would have remembered the scarred flesh of your body. It is much like the breathing paintings that Bedak Bell's gallery of skins in Bator, except with less grace and more passion in the scar strokes. Let's ignore the scars and start talking about my mortality again, shall we? We actually never started talking about our mortality. Go on. The violence is great, nearing acceptable levels, but the scars are applied with utmost tenaric crudity, without any care for maximizing the pain of the recipient. A Batsu artist would be much more devoted to following the paths of pain across the body. Some of these wounds look to be clean kills. Others look as if a blind butcher were carving up human steaks. Human art makes me ill sometimes. Such potential wasted. Grace sounds bemused. Is Advocate Infernus fork tongue implying that we Tenari are a crude people? To say that Tenari are crude is to insult crudity. Any lesser race that revels in chaos allows itself to be pulled and drowned in its stagnant tides and calls it evil. Are not a race at all. They are beasts. Surely you simply object to the implementation of evil rather than the degree. Many among Temari would claim that the closer one is to the primal nature of evil, the more true they are to the ideal. Surely you simply object to the implementation of evil rather than the degree. Many among the Temari would claim that the closer one is to the primal nature of evil, the more true they are to their ideal. Okay. Fur and double fur. The Tenari beast want to strip law and order from the face of evil. Inexcusable, intolerable. I cannot. From a Batsu point of view, it may indeed seem intolerable. However, many Tenari philosophers would argue that the Batsu are to be no less excused for excising passion from violence, excising a passion from the very essence of evil. The Batsu would replace rage with cold, methodic cruelty, and thus the whole debate continues. Which is a greater evil, efficient evil or passionate evil? I hate this conversation so much. I hate both of them so much. Ugh. You say that simply because you are what you are. He wags his eyebrows at her. He waves his hand dismissively. At least I am still allowed to be cynical. Okay. I mean, it's a perfectly rational discussion, but it's just very... yeah, the nature of the things being discussed are dismissed for the sake of arguments, which isn't easy to digest. Great, let's get back to discussing my mortality instead of my scars. I don't want to discuss my mortality yet, though. Let's go back. We asked this question. We asked about the blood war. Why did it happen? Okay. Tell me of yourself. I used to be one of the finest advocates in Furnace in Bator, and then I suffered a setback, an overturning, a reversal of my good fortunes. Such things make me hate chance and chaos of the multiverse all the more. Why did you have to leave? What happened to you? I guess what happened to you is something we already may know. Okay. Wonderful. Tell me of yourself. Why did you have to leave? I shall dispel your ignorance on this matter. Know that there is no place for a Batsu wrapped in chains of charity where I would wish to be. Here at least may I take shelter from the cruelty of the contract inflicted upon me. The Deva has the soul of a fiend, I tell you. Yeah, I think I understand. Like, maybe he came here because it's such an isolated place that no one can reach here to ask for charity, right? It's such a difficult to reach place surrounded by evil creatures that if someone comes here asking for charity, it's like a very low chance that someone would come here asking for charity, which is something that he hates to give, right? And some more questions for me. Tell me of Trias. I've said all I intend to say on the matter of the betrayer. He was the one who condemned me to this life, and he whose guts I'll see stringing the gates of dawn like a celestial harp. No harm to the Deva curse. Okay. Maybe it's finally. Let's say I'm in need of some aid. He emits a strangled crop. I have very few items that I have accumulated over the years. They are precious to me, but if you need them, I sure do. Let's see what you got. That's such a cheeky answer. He snarls. I entertain no thoughts of strangling you and leaving your corpse for the Trellons. Examine the cruel-looking axe. What's this? Examine the knotted string, green lozenge. I don't know what a lozenge is. Green steel knife, green-hued dagger, skewing bugs. Do you happen to have any spells? Okay. Let me check what lozenge means. Lozenge. A small aromatic or medicated candy. It also medicine in form of a small pellet. Okay. Are these healing items? And he'll probably give this up without any cost. Right? We won't be able to purchase it. He'll just lend it to us because just imagine the state. That's Hatred's gift. A fine weapon for one such as yourself. He chuckles to himself. I don't think you'll want it. There's a curse laid upon it. Perhaps you'd reconsider. Knotted string. That whole thing, that's a Gordian knot. Cut it and you become twice the leader you are already. And of course, it comes with its own price. One I'm thankfully powerless to stop. What's a green lozenge? An adder's tear, that is. Put it in your mouth and you shall kiss like an adder, full of venom and hatred. We know what that is. We have a couple of them, I think. Green steel knife. Memento from my time in Bator. A knife carved from Batorian green steel. One of the strongest materials I've ever known. Take my history and be done. Green hue dagger. That whole thing, it's but a dagger of Batorian green steel. Holds an edge. It's nothing you would want, to be sure. Screaming bugs. Those, they are cassings, parasite that lodge in your brain and devour your mental energy with no appreciable benefit. Cursed contract. They boost your mental power, something you surely could use. Take them. I will. Okay, immediately I am starting to, just thinking about inventory, I am starting to remember that we had left some items in Ignis's inventory. I think Ignis had some items in his inventory. I don't remember what they are. I'll have to reload and check what they are, because I know that if we leave him there, his inventory also stays there. So we'll probably have to go back and get those items. But we can't go back. There is no portal. So I'll have to reload and go through this conversation again. So I'll get out of this conversation, quickly check what's in Ignis's inventory. Because if we need to go back, then I don't want to play further and then record it again. So let me quickly see. Okay, do you have any spells? Okay, nothing. We'll look at this later. Let me quickly save. Okay, don't chill. Okay, be back in a second. So we do a full save. We load again. This save. There is Ignis. Let me go talk to Ignis.
I wait as you wish.
Remove Veiler.
I will leave.
And then
Because
look at
he is you.
Ignis' inventory. Ignis has a ton of stuff in his inventory. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll pick this up and I'll skip to the part where I'll pass these to someone else, so that, or we'll just drop it here, so that Mr. what's his name, Valor can pick it up later. Okay. But yeah, I'll skip to the portion where we are talking with the Fhjull. Okay, we are back at
Are you
Fhjull's
listening
house.
to me? We
Okay.
need to lose this mercy killer before he passes on the dead book.
Okay, she's talking to Vela. There's this thing where we unpause the game or come back to game, and I start talking, and immediately some of the party members just talk over me, and I can't hear my own thought.
As you command.
But yeah, we went back and picked up items from Ignis. They're all in Vela's inventory. And I've skipped ahead with the questions that I already asked of you. So we can go ahead with the rest of the questions. Let's see.
Great! Even more of a stench.
Okay. So I think where is this place has a couple of options we didn't look at. So let's see where is this place. Because this fifth option is the one that we are mainly going to focus on. The rest of the ones I've skipped ahead. And also, I'm in need of some aid. That has a lot of options. We'll see that. Where is this place? For a blasted crater in the outlines that reflects the emptiness and hollowness of my life. I need little. Matter from the creature supplies me with food, and peculiar energies of the place prevents scrying fools from finding me. Though idiots apparently can still find their way here. This message doesn't disappear, so we'll back out in a second. But let's pursue this further. What is this creature? This is a skeleton of Fhjull Goris, the father of Goristro. They are living bear-like siege towers, juggernauts of chaos, huge, practically unstoppable, highly resistant to magic. And Ulgoris's bones in the crater where he fell to his death radiate much enchantment that prevents magic to spy me, keeping this pitiful frame alive for a few more desperate years. Okay. So the creature that they were talking, I thought that Jameson was asking about the creatures hung up here, but these are probably not creatures. They may be roots of some sort. And yeah, I was assuming he was eating the marrow of maybe these creatures, but the marrow of the skeleton itself, in which he is housing right now, that's the marrow that he's talking about. It's a very resistant creature, so even magic is not able to detect him easily. Go, did I have a few more questions? First, speak your piece. So let's look at what we can do with these. I think maybe we'll try to get a couple of these. Cruel looking axe. We already read the description. This is hatred's gift. I don't think you'll want it. This is a curse laid on it. Perhaps you would reconsider. Maybe he doesn't want to part with it. Let's say I'll take it anyway. Of course you will. Is there anything else you require from humble servant from your humble servant? Knotted string, uh, Gordian knot, cut it twice and becomes okay. And of course it comes with its own price. One I'm thankfully powerless to stop. I'll take it anyway. Green lozenge. It's an adder here. I'll take it. Green steel knife. Let's take it. I'll take it. I'm not sure I'm done though. Okay. Green hue dagger. Take it. Skirming bugs. Those, they are casex. Parasite that lodge in your brain and devour your mental energy with no appreciable benefit. Crush contract. They boost your mental power. Something surely could use. Take them, take them. That's so funny. Do you have... I will. Do you happen to... okay, we can't take it because maybe our inventory is full. Yeah, let's see. Nothing, farewell. Let's just look at our inventory to see we have some space left. We have some space left. Oh, we can keep buying these cerebral parasites. +3 to intelligence, +1 to wisdom, immunity to panic. Okay, so if there are any spells that cause us to panic, we can use this. The Kesaka is a species of mental parasite that feeds on the nervous energy of the sentient creatures. Believed to be a deviant branch of the dreaded intellect devourers, the Kesek is different in that it soothes the mind and bolster its host's higher mental process, taking over certain mundane thinking tasks in exchange for feeding on his nervous energy for a time. To use the Kesek, the user simply attaches it to his bare skin. The Kesek then excretes a mucus-like resin that acts as a means of communication between the victim and itself. Once attached, the Kesek lifespan drops to only a few hours. Okay. Can we keep on buying more of these? That's the case, we can stock up on
Great!
this.
Even more of a stench.
I really like his voice acting. It's quite appropriate. I need some more aid. I'm sure. Bugs. Those Keseks, I will. Bugs. I will. Okay, so we got like total of 4 bugs. Do you happen to have any spells? But you will strip me of all my possessions. You want spells? This is what I have. Bloodsucker. He rattles off a list of spells. How about a nice remove curse? If we get a scroll, then that's fine. Maybe we can teach it to some of the other mages we have. His hand disappears as he reaches into a strange space / not space. He pulls out a scroll that feels strangely like a supple human skin and thrusts it at you. Take it and be damned. Be damned. Take it. Okay. Thanks. What else have you got in the way of spells? Oh, we can keep buying these. Chain Lightning, Acid Storm, Blade Storm. Impressive name. I want it. Stygian Ice Storm. That sounds too dangerous for you to have around. I'd best take it from you. Thanks. Acid Storm. Thanks. Blade Storm. Thanks. Chain Lightning. Let's see how much we have got stocked. Blindness. Scroll of the Undead. Let's move it to Anna. At least we can sell all these items, right? Even if we are not going to use it. Anna, can you hold on to these? Oh, we haven't even learned these spells. So they were relatively new. The thing is, we don't really have slots for these. So I don't know if there's a point in like, learning, like copying it into our spell slot. because we don't really have enough active spell slot to kind of utilize that. That's why maybe it makes sense to like hold on to them as scrolls, and when combat comes, we can just use the scroll directly. I don't know. Let's buy a couple more of these. Just I think once we leave here, we're not gonna come back, right? So makes sense that we bizarre blood red axe, hatred's gift, cursed damage 313 slashing, enchanted 1. Special Berserk when used. Taco +1 speed, weight. Not usable by good characters. It's not exactly clear in the annals of the non-planar history where Hatred's gift was created, but by the bloody trail it has left across the plains seem to have finally reached you. The axe exists to inspire hatred in one's enemies and fill its wielder with berserker rage. When entering combat, the skulls along the shaft come alive, chittering their teeth, and the teeth extend outwards, biting and tearing into opponents with each strike. Remnants of fiendish victims absorbed into the axe blade. Okay. Once equipped, Hatred's gift cannot be dropped unless its curse is removed. It's fine. Let's put it on Veiler. Green steel dagger. Not really useful. We are using Ravel's fingernail now, which is relatively powerful weapon. I guess we can at least keep it here so that we save some inventory space. Kesek, cerebral parasite. Let's keep it here. Remove curse. Let's keep some of the items in our quick slots so that we can use them. So that we can save some inventory space. We have a bunch of eyeballs. I don't know which of these are really going to be useful. We have our journal here, which we have a couple of cheese. I don't think we need cheese. God damn it! Not Blade of the Immortal. Put it back here. I don't know how it ended up there. Yeah, we have space in Mort's inventory. Let's give some rings to Mort and an intricate knot. Someone has tied this small piece of rope into a peculiar knot. You cannot seem to figure out how to untie it. Then looks twisted around and folded up inside the knot itself. It's fine. Valor is almost completely full. Dakon has all the earrings in the world. Earrings and rings. Remove curse. Magic missile. I don't know. This is kind of micromanaging the inventory. It isn't too fun to do, but at least for once, like for this instance, let's just do it so that we can get all the spells. Maybe we can sell them later. Once we are in Sigil.
Even more of a stench.
I really like his voice. You have any spells? Stygian Ice, Blade Storm, Acid Storm, Chain Lightning Storm, another one, Invulnerability, Globe of Invulnerability. Cool. We have 3 globes. Wow. You don't have any charity left to give for anyone else, so at least you can be relieved of that. That was an empty list you just spoke. You have ruined, destroyed, eviscerated one of the most unique spell libraries in the multiverse. For all the good it will do you, I have no more spells to give you. Of course you will. Is there anything else you require from your humble servant? Yep. I think his inventory is empty. Let's make another save, and yeah,
Great.
let's finally
More of a stench.
talk about our wait, one more question. Yeah, this is something that we already asked. Let's finally ask about our mortality. I was told that you would know of my mortality. It has been stolen from me. Very well, very well. He scratches his head. If I recall correctly, there is so much I do, and there is so much I do not. Thanks to that accursed Deva. I've heard of a case such as yours. It makes you immortal, does it not? Yeah. If so, then death itself is no longer sacred. In my day, mortals remained so and knew their place. Now everybody and their mother has the disease of eternal boredom. We should have a gathering and invite everyone across the plains and offer them immortal contracts. It would save all of us hardworking bats a great deal of effort. You know that if everyone was immortal, this entire petitioner system would be up the framed fecal creek. Immortality is not a trinket to be given to unruly children such as you. So this petitioner system has been elaborated upon in that lecture, but he was presenting that lecture in such a unprofessional manner, and it had so many loopholes that we picked it apart. But seems like at least at its heart, petitioner system is still something that happens in this world. So if you die, depending on your alignment, you will pop up in a plane which you are aligned to. So maybe I don't know if our alignment is a big part, right? So if we truly die, so I feel like this is a clever thing that this game can do, but I'm not sure if, because it will deviate from the focus of the story, right? In the sense that if you have an alignment at the end of this game, and if you recover if you recover your mortality at the end of the game, and you eventually die, like you finally die properly, you might like become part of this petitioner system and just pop up in some of the other planes, the plane that we are aligned to, because alignment is such a big part of the game, right? And that's a way that they can kind of tie it into the story, into our personal story of this particular incarnation. And if we are like a really good incarnation, maybe we'll end up in upper plane. But yeah, that won't be a focus, like it's difficult to tie that into a predefined narrative. So we'll see if that comes into play. But yeah, with that as may, but tell me what you know of my mortality. For as I was saying, oh, this quick save is still here. I'm so annoyed. As I was saying, I recall hearing somewhere about a place called the Fortress of Regrets. He thinks for a moment. Yes, that's it. Hmm. We have been hearing of this fortress. We have not been consistently hearing, but I think someone mentioned. Maybe it was Fhjull. Maybe it was someone else. Maybe it was even Dayanara long back who mentioned that we'll have to confront our shadows in a place where regrets go to, or something like that. How do I get there? What do you know of the place? I hope we can pick both options. What do you know of the place? He smiles widely. I am pleased to inform you that I do not. No, not at all. I cannot help you there. I cannot help you get there. And that chills my heart in such a delightful way. No, I cannot help you. Oh, how I have longed to say those words. How sweet they. Do you know? Okay. He really cannot help us. And he's so happy that he can honestly say these words. Because if he had any opportunity to help, he will be obligated to, because of the contract. Do you know someone who does? Ooh, that is definitely the biggest XP gain we got so far in game. Enough of your cross examinations. Yes, I know somebody who might help. On Bator lies a pillar of betrayers, liars, and sages. Despite their nature, their knowledge is considerable. They might know where you can find this fortress of regrets. How do I get to Bator? So our mortality is in Fortress of Regrets. But we don't know how to get there. And this Fhjull, he doesn't know personally how our he doesn't know about us personally, like how our mortality was stolen, but rather that when a mortality is stolen, it's possible that it ends up in the Fortress of Regrets. This is a general concept, not physically tied to nameless one. How do I get to Bator?
Updated my journal.
Hold on, Chief. Bator is bad news. The Fiend is probably holding out on us, and even if there's a pillar of skulls, we can probably find someone else who knows how to reach his fortress without going to one of the most dangerous planes in the multiverse. The Fiend is probably holding out on us, and even if there is a pillar of skulls, we can probably find somebody else who knows how to reach this fortress without going to one of the most dangerous planes in the multiverse. So we know that, I don't know if this dialogue would have popped. I guess this dialogue would be even stronger if we didn't know Mort's backstory, because now we know that Mort has been in the Pillar of Skulls and he has a history there. And he's very scared of like Nameless One approaching that truth, right? At least before we fully go to confront him and trust him, we got an achievement called Trust the Skull, right? So I wonder if this dialogue would pop up irrespective of if we knew about his nature or not. Because right now we can kind of see through his fears, right? We know that he's scared of returning to the Pillar of Skulls because, yeah, he's scared of Nameless One. He wants to help him. He's such an interesting character. He wants to help Nameless One, but at the same time, he's also scared of Nameless One finding out more about his past and like going balmy. But yeah, are you holding out fork tongue? Why don't you want to go there more? Or we can directly ask why don't you want to go there more? Okay, so maybe this is another hint. Like this would have been a bit more powerful if we didn't know that, and then we could ask this, and then later on we could go and investigate. Because I wouldn't have. I kind of forgot about Mort's storyline, to be honest. The fact that we could confront Mort based on Far From Grace's comment about him having some connection with Bato, that's what that was pointed out to me, and I got that insight, and we pursued that. And now there is an even more direct clue on poking Mort about why he doesn't want to go to battle. So the game is helping us along to progress these side NPC quests, and yeah, that's really appreciated. Are you holding out fork tongue? I feel like I want to ask both these questions because he's probably not holding out because he's, for one, he is obligated to give us all the answers. But if he kind of forgot some aspect, then he can't be blamed for forgetting it, right? So it could be we could poke his memory again, but at the same time we also get to confront more. I want to do both of this. The thing is, we already know to a certain degree. I think almost to the highest extent we can. We know what Mort's backstory is at this point. We'll probably only get more of the story once we go to the Pillar of Skulls. So yeah, I don't know which option to choose here. I feel like this would result in Mort's dialogue is always well written, so it'd be nice to see what he says. But we know this detail already, I think. And the same way, I would like to see what fork tongue. Let's ask the first question. Have I not told you the nature of this cursed contract? I cannot withhold this information. The pillar is your only hope. Okay, now we can still ask about Mort. Mort, why don't you want to go there? So Mort is going to weasel his way out. The game probably does not track the fact that we have completed or like relatively completed this quest so far. Let's see. It's a dangerous place, Chief. I'd rather not go. I've been, and it isn't pretty. All right. We'll talk about this more later. Oh, this is so beautiful. It's so nice when game is helping you out like this. You know, it's like we'll talk about this more later, which is like a direct reference that you should go back and talk to Mort about. Yeah, this is nice. I obviously probably won't pick it. I think there have been many instances where game has been helping me like this, but I've not been picking it up. But yeah, this is good stuff. How can morons speak so much? He waves his hand. Okay, so we have to find out how to go to the Pillar of Skulls. No. We have to go to the Pillar of Skulls to find out how to go to the Fortress of Regret. But we don't know how to get to the Pillar of Skulls. Maybe Mort knows. Maybe this is the time that we go talk to Mort and figure it out. I wonder if we could have killed off Mort at some point. I mean, we can aggro, we can select all the rest of the NPCs and like kill off our other NPCs, right? So that's an interesting thing. Like how I'm just annoyed that the game even lets you do that. It'd be so much less of a headache if they are all like we can't attack them. We can dismiss them if we want, but I don't know. Okay. I think that's all that there is. Tell me of this pillar and how to reach it. Okay, we can ask. Tell me of this pillar and how to reach it. What do you need to know? How to get there? What is it? What? How to get there? What it is? How do I return once I have gone? Cool. Tell me what it is. What it is a massive pile of heads. The spirits of those dead who got there by telling lies that led to the deaths of others. It's a collection of sages and cheats all rolled together with some of the most extensive knowledge of the planes. Okay. So only people who cheat who will go there, but sages also go there. So I guess maybe they were not real sages. They were fake sages, maybe. I don't know. Thanks. I had some other questions. Tell me of the pillar. Tell me how to get there. There's a portal outside my home. It lies in the hand of this giant creature. Go through the arch formed by the left arm of the creature and you'll be taken to the Pillar of Skulls. The portal will be active for you now. Okay, just knowing this is enough to have the portal become active. And how do I return?
Updated my journal.
100,000. Great. Return? Why? I hadn't thought of that. To return from the battle, you need knowledge and a piece of jagged obsidian to cut your tongue. The knowledge you will gain from the pillar, but there is no reason for you to return here, and no desire on my part to see you again. Do we have a jagged piece of obsidian? I don't know. Pillars. Answer the questions. Mortality. If I recall correctly, there is so much I do not, thanks to the accursed Deva. I have heard of a case such as yours. It makes you immortal, does it not? Hmm. As I was saying, I recall hearing somewhere about a place called the Fortress of Regrets. Yes, yes, that's it. How do you know of the place? How do I get there? Okay. I need a place to rest. What? I must endure your presence even longer? Will this torment never cease? Fine. Then, fine. Spread out across the floor, raid my ladder, knock over my experiments. I'll just be over here fuming. He storms off.
You know, I've learned
Thanks.
some new tricks.
We can talk to him again, I guess, to sleep. Let's level up our characters. Thieves skills. Spell -4. 5 hit points gain 1 hit point from constitution bonus. You know, even she gets more hit points than Mr. Nameless. I guess she has more strength. Melee attacks. No. What is it? I guess maybe it's a. I don't know what determines the amount of hit points you gain, because you get a random amount first and then you get a +1 from constitution bonus. But for Nameless one, I've seen that lately it's just like very low. It's like 2 hit points and then 1 for constitution bonus. It's quite low, you know. Fighting skills improved. 3 hit points gain. 4 hit points gain from constitution bonus. Okay, great. Chaotic good. Chaotic good. The thing is, like, I don't know if he ended up in the Pillar of Skulls, right? I don't know if his alignment was bad at that point for him to have ended up in the Pillar of Skulls, or if, because Pillar of Skulls is in Bator, which is in lower planes. Bator is, I guess, lawful. I don't know if it's Pillar of Skulls is in Bator actually, but yeah, that plane is lawful good, right? Sorry, lawful evil, right? But he is now chaotic good, which is like almost diagonally opposite to that. But Pillar of Skulls may be a separate little thing, not tied to the normal alignment system. No matter what you are, if you like cheat people out, maybe you'll end up in the Pillar of Skulls. Maybe that's how it works. Nameless one is chaotic. Oh wow, this is awesome. Oh, we are best buds now. We're both chaotic good. I like that. I think this is probably my favorite alignment. Chaotic good, and Mort is probably my favorite among all the characters. Yeah, lawful neutral. Anna is really cool. Yeah, you could fall in love with the lawful neutral. Lawful neutral. Okay. Okay. Again, let's save. Do you think we should speak to Mort and the rest of the party? I feel like I want to check in with the party more often, because I feel like I'll be losing them at any point. So just like try to enjoy their company as best as we can when they're around. Let's talk to. Let me talk to this guy again. Let's see. Just to see if we have the option to rest here.
Great! Even more of a stench.
Need a place to rest. Okay, he says we can rest here, but we don't. I don't know how to trigger the rest. Oh, by the way, what is dropped here? Ah, it's just a cheese. It's just a cheese. Okay, I don't know how to rest, but that's fine. We have not, you know, itching to rest right now. Let's just talk to Mort to see what
what's
he
eating you,
is.
Chief?
How'd you die? Blood war. Tell me how you ended up on the Pillar of Skulls. Wait, there was a question about what we should. Yeah, I think I could use some advice. What do you think we should do next? Well, here's how I see things. You got me, Cheek. This is all your show. I'm just following you around. Alright, Mort, alright.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
How'd you die, Mort? Tell me about again how you end up on the Pillar of Skulls. See, well, there's this pillar on Avernus, the first layer of Bator. It's called the Pillar of Skulls, but it's more like Pillar of Heads. To hear some bashers tell it, it's supposedly made of the heads of bugs, mostly sages and scholars who use their knowledge of this and knowing of that, when they were alive, to stretch the truth a little. So much so they may have hurt, or they might have hurt or killed somebody by doing it. Well, when I died, I ended up there. Funny, huh? Not really. Yeah, so let's just not explore this line before we have more knowledge. Otherwise, I'll just keep speculating unnecessarily. More goes silent for a moment. Yeah, you're right. It's not funny at all. You see, I think I knew a lot of things when I was alive, and maybe when I did know something, I didn't always tell the truth about it. I'm thinking that when I bend the truth once or twice, I may have led to someone getting penned in the dead book sooner than they should have. You still have that nature more. I mean, you're holding back a lot. Maybe it's for self preservation, but that nature hasn't completely washed away. But still, at your heart, you are good. You still want to do the good thing, but your nature of just like being a pathological liar, maybe, I don't know, just that nature is still there. So this alignment system is starting to make more and more sense as I'm going. Not alignment system, just the concept of alignment, right? Like being chaotic but still being good at heart is clearly conveyed in a sense by more. Can you remember who it was? Me, wasn't it? Yeah, we've gone through this. Let's just, since we are going to visit the Pillar of Skulls, let's just quickly refresh this line of this quest, this story details, just because we are going to visit the Pillar of Skulls soon. I think it was me, wasn't it? Maud looks at you for a moment. Yeah, I can't say how I know it, Chief, but I think so. I think you are the one that got me sent there. The last week in the bundle before the whole load snaps. Thing is, I can't remember what happened. I don't even remember being human or what my life was even like before I woke up on the pillar. Why did you forget? That's pretty much the way of things when you die, as I'm sure you're no stranger to. You just forget. I figure I wasn't a sterling member of the community when I was alive, but hell, who is? Well, hell's who is? More size. It's just that I can't help it. Nothing's worse than being honest all the time. Except being sentenced to hells, that sounds a lot worse than telling the truth. Yeah, you're right. Again, Mort clicks his teeth. The way he does it reminds you of someone drumming their fingers. Hmm. I guess just all that good and evil and lying and cheating catches up with you. When I got penned in the dead book, it was my time to pay the ferryman. How'd you escape the pillar? Well, you helped me, Sheep. When you showed up at the Pillar of Skulls, I pushed my way to the front. My obvious know-how and charm attracted your attention. You knew that I was the head that knew the most, so I got to deal with you. Deal? As Maud speaks, your vision seems to bleed into a fiery red, and you hear a howling, a horrible screaming tower of voices. Chittering, screeching, hammering, all of them begging, screaming to be freed, and Maud's voice, faint, almost lost in the horde. He sounds desperate, frightened, and pathetically, tragically lost. Echo. You, Skull, speak. The howling voices fall silent, and you watch a tiny red-lined skull. Red-lined skull. Its cracked features cast in a hellish light. Turn its eyes up at you. Blood and ichor has streamed across its features, and its teeth chatter as if cold. I can help you. I know what you seek. All these heads, all their knowing. Just please, I beg you, free me. Let me help you. I'll tell you anything, everything. Okay. So he had intention, as I think at this point he was not lying his way out. He really knew that the stuff that could save us, but he lost his memory once he was plucked out of the pillar, right? uh, he lost his memory of previous life anyway once he was in the pillar, but in the pillar he had a lot of knowledge, not memories of his previous life, but somehow knowledge which can nameless one uh, help nameless one in some way. I think he was not lying, maybe he was, but yeah. Then he also says that once he was removed from the pillar, even that knowledge was lost to him because he lost that memory too. Let's see. Will you swear it, Skull? Swear you will serve me until my end days, or here you will remain. I swear, just please free me. You watch as Maud sickeningly swallows his pride, almost his swallows his pride, almost a tangible thing. I beg you, let me help you, please. Very well, I shall free you. Your vision slides as if you are moving, and the howling, screaming cacophony begins again. A nightmarish horde of howls and catcalls and taunts and insults. The feel of your hands sliding in the filthy quagmire of the pillar, the biting of fangs, mandibles, and your hands locking around the tiny skull and tearing it from the pillar like an old scab. It is done. You look down at the bloody skull in your scarred hands, its eyes covered in ichor from the pillar. Its teeth chatter once, twice. It reminds you of a wailing newborn, helpless, and in the eyes of the man you once were, pathetic. Cool description. I mean, it's not cool, but it's cool description. I freed you. Now your life and your death is mine. Mort. Did he name him Mort? I don't know. He could have named him Mort right there. Your vision swells in the midst of the past drifting away, and Mort is still chattering on. We talked for a while, Chief, you and me, seeing whether the arrangement would work. And I think we both were really impressed with each other. So you invited me off the pillar. I've been kind of been with you ever since. What happened then? We already, like, at this point, as the Mort is chattering on, we already had our recollection. So we know what really happened. Though Mort maybe did not recognize that we got the real memory just then. What happened, which isn't far from the truth. He's just quoting in this sheen of just quoting it as if it was all people were all both of them were impressed with each other, which is in what happened. Yeah, so it's just gently pushing the truth in a direction that is probably more safer for him. What happened then? Well, I didn't know I'd lose most of the pillar's knowledge once I was out of it. I didn't know I would lose most of the pillar's knowledge once I was out of it. I mean, how was I to know? I'd never been off the damn thing. But we were pretty understanding about it. Pretty understanding. We'll probably get, I think we get another recollection of how understanding it was. You lost all the knowledge you said you had. Okay. I don't know if it was the pillar's knowledge that was like seeping into Mort. If that's the case, then yeah, maybe it was just the nature of being part of the pillar that gave him all the knowledge, not just that he lost the memory or lost the knowledge because it was not his own. Maybe, I don't know. But you were pretty understanding about it. You lost all the knowledge you said you had. Your vision swirls again, making you dizzy, and you feel your gut churn. You hear the cracking, snapping of bone, and Maud's howling in pain, screaming for someone to stop killing him. And your hand lashing out again and again and again. Echo, damn you, Skull, you lied to me. I'll thrust you back in that damnable pillar and leave you to die there. There is a chatter of bone against what sounds like metal. A floor on what sounds like metal. A floor or a wall. There's a chatter of bone against what sounds like metal, a floor or a wall, and the skittering of teeth knocked free. You can hear Mort mewling like a beaten dog for you to stop. I guess it stopped. Know that your suffering on a pillar will be nothing to the torment I will make you suffer. Your vision swells and Mort's cries ebb, fading into his chattering rhythm. So you realized I still had my uses, so I took up with you, and I've been with you ever since. Yeah. Yeah, the previous incarnations of Nameless One were not nice, to put it mildly. Very disturbing stuff. Mort, what did I want from the pillar, and how long ago was it that I freed you? Mort thinks for a moment. Well, as for how long, I don't know the exact count, Chief. Ages, I suppose. I've done all I could to help you each time, but Mort sighs. It's not easy. As for what you wanted the pillar, I don't know. Once you pried me off, I couldn't remember. Mort, why didn't you say something when you were at the mortal? This is such an interesting scenario because previous incarnation of Nameless One said what he wanted to Mort, but once he was pried off, he no longer remembers what Nameless One was asking him. But then the Nameless One could have asked him again and again once he was out of the pillar, right? So at least the question of what Nameless One wanted to know would have been in Mort's memory. So if even though the answer to that is not present, so this Mort could technically know at least what previous Nameless One was asking for, even though he currently does not remember the answer. I don't know if that's an oversight from in a story point, or if there's an explanation which makes sense as to why even the question is not, he's not remembering the question at all. What did I want from the pillar? Because after he was fetched from the pillar, Nameless One would have asked this question again. So even though he could not answer the question itself would have been lodged in his memory, and he could recite that back to our current iteration, like current incarnation. I don't know. Mort, why didn't you say something when you were at the mortuary? Because we are crazy at times. Mort suddenly becomes defensive. Because I never know who you are going to be. Some of your incarnations have been stark raving mad. One time you awoke obsessed with the idea that I was your skull and chased me around the spire trying to shatter and devour me. Luckily you were crushed by a passing cart in the street. Another good and lawful you tried to thrust me back from the pillar because it's where I belonged. Mort smirks. That's why, besides no harms ever come of you not knowing. Forget it, Mort had some other questions. Okay. Let's skip the other questions. Let's ask the third questions just as like a friendly little chat after that intense conversation. Mode, what are your special talents again? Oh, okay. That's well, I can spit insults at someone until they get mad enough to chase me around. Sorry. Mod has an ability called Litany of Curses. It's a non-magical tone. If the target fails to resist it, they suffer a penalty to their armor class. Oh, this is nice. It also, okay, it reduces their armor class. I didn't really pay attention to this detail. And attacks, and will do nothing but try to engage Mort in melee combat. Okay. Not that the more insults Mort hears, the better his Litany of Curses becomes. The Litany of Curses is very effective against mages. See, I'm not paying attention. I didn't. Okay, we have to use it against mages because the mages are like far away, right? They'll try to cast spells. Instead of casting spells, we could just let them focus on Mort. So if we encounter any mages, make sure to like prioritize baiting mages using Mort. Can I do anything else? Well, I made some friends when I was sitting on the shelf in Lothas waiting for you to bail me out. Thanks to taking a sweet time about it, by the way. They said if I need any help, I could just call on them. Friends? What do you mean?
Updated my journal.
Well, I just whistle and they kind of show up. They're a good bunch of bashers. Bites like snakes too. Mort now has a special ability called Skull Mob. When invoked, he can summon a horde of skulls from off screen to come and bite an opponent multiple times. The strength and damage of the skulls varies according to Mort's level, and the power can only be used a limited number of times per day. Sorry. Yeah, this is good. Okay, thank you, Mort. Thank you for talking to me. Let's quick save and let's talk to
What
Dakon.
is your will?
I want to ask you about our travels. So let's see if Dakon has something to say about Cursed. No, you don't. Okay, it's fine, Dakon. I gave you. Yeah. No, it's just fine. Let's talk to Anna.
Hi. What is it you
Anna,
want
didn't I
then?
meet you in the hive? Faro, tell me a little bit of Faro. Train me in thieving skills. Yeah, I did. I haven't forgotten yet. When I asked about Farod, he told me he was south and west of the mortuary. He wasn't. Yeah, I did. And you've done the same if some scarred wreck came to you and asked where you could find your da. She shrugs. You found him anyway, so I don't want to hear you carrying on about it. I don't. What were you doing by the mortuary? It's my territory. I was looking for deaders. I was. She looks you up and down, then smirks. Found a walking one, I did. Alright, alright. Do you know how Farod died? I don't know. No one with half a mind would. Farod got a long shadow, he does. You cross him, and you end up getting the stick cable. You don't have to accompany me anymore, Anna. If you need to stay with the buried village, Nah, Anna interrupts you. I don't need to be in the village. And I was wondering what I would do if Farod got pen in the dead book I was. She snorts. Oh, well, he's probably mounting someone's... He's probably mounting someone's wall in the hells he is. But he's your father, don't you... Not me, real da, he wasn't. Her eyes take on a hard look. He was greedy and he was stupid and he was selfish and he was weak. She frowns. And now he's dead, that's all. Okay, Anna. I'm happy to have you around. Let's go talk to... who's next? It is Far From Grace, I guess. I guess I'm looking for Ignis because Far From Grace is usually our last member in the party, but...
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me about Tenari. Far From Grace, can you teach me? Companions, do you use weapons? I had some questions about our travels. Brothel, diary. Tell me about the simple blood war. Are you in pain? Far From Grace is silent for a moment. Her gaze becoming distant. When she turns back to you, her eyes are a strange shade of azure. A shade that speaks of sadness and tears. Travel sees much with a black brambled eyes. Some things which are hidden to others' eyes. Even things about their own natures. She shakes her head slowly. Sometimes the pain makes itself known. I've learned it's a difficult thing to turn on one's nature. Okay. I'm yet to clearly understand what her inner conflict is. She has left Tanari. She has been relatively, you can say, abused as a child. Not in the normal sense, but her mother sold her off to Batasu, right? And she somehow escaped. I think that was the story. But later on, she has turned on the nature of Tenari itself. I don't know what exact nature she turned on, though. Is it just that? Is he okay? She's lawful, neutral now, right? So she's not chaotic. That nature has been turned, but she still supports the ideal of being chaotic because she defended it with. I don't know if she supports, but at least she rationally defended it against Valor the when the argument came up, and that's one nature that she could be revolting against, the chaotic nature. The other thing is, usually Tenari or Succubus tend to just seduce people just in like using physical pleasures as their means and not anything intellectual. Maybe that is the revolt that she has in her mind, which is difficult, which she's having, she's feeling conflicted about. But yeah, I wish I could like pursue the quest further with her. It seems like we have kind of pursued the quest with Anna, Mort, and Dakon. Mort being like part of being the Pillar of Skulls and having a history with Nameless One. Dakon also having a history with Nameless One. Anna probably not having a history with Nameless One, but having feelings for him. We have uncovered these secrets from the other three NPCs, right? Ignis, we couldn't. I think Ignis also we have a relatively good understanding of how he ended up the way he is. I'm not sure if there was more history or like more secrets inside Ignis. But for Far from Grace, we clearly don't know. I mean, we have some idea, but I feel like there's so much more there. She has her diary, she has options which she immediately turns us down, like when you ask direct questions. So, yeah, Far from Grace is something that I want to pursue further. Hopefully, we'll get to do that. Are you going to be all right? She smiles very faintly and she meets your gaze. Yes, you're kind to ask. My pain still makes itself known, but I came to terms with my nature many centuries ago. What is his nature, though, Miss Grace? Very well, the Grace stops you before you can continue. I thank you for asking about my well being. Your concern is not unwelcome. Very well, then. Okay. Maybe you're saying very well then and then just going to stop the conversation, but Grace wants to just say that she appreciates our concern. Just want to make sure you are all right. I had some other questions. Sure, I was just checking on you. Let's move on. Okay, that's it. Oh no, wait.
Yes.
One more question for you, Miss Grace.
Yes?
We can talk about Valor. No, sorry. Any involvement in Merciless is an undertaking with many risks. I fear that with Valor, such risks are magnified. This is more than obsession with him. This is a part of him. Be careful how you act and carry yourself, for he is watching us all carefully. It is the nature of a mercy killer. It'll be difficult for us to kill people, I feel like. We'll have to dismiss him from the party. We'll have to put him outside the fest hall and outside Vrishika's shop if we decide to go on a rampage inside those places. I have something to confess. I think I'm the reason that Valor was caged in that cell beneath the curse long ago. Oh, we can. Okay, we haven't confronted Valor with this truth directly. We can kind of take Far from Grace into confidence about this aspect, which is nice. It's like having a real friend. I got something to confess. I think I'm the reason that Valor was caged. I had a memory. I recall trapping him in the cell because he had been pursuing me so long. But I didn't want to kill him. Just keep him prisoner. Keep him out of the way. If he had been pursuing you, why would you have imprisoned him? Why not just kill him? When I'm not sure I could have killed him, Death had a chance at it. And from the looks of it, it didn't do a very good job. You know, this will sound odd, but I have a strange feeling that I didn't kill him because he could kill me. Because he could kill me. Okay. So Ignis also had the ability to kill us. Valor also has the ability to kill us. At least it's the two party members that we openly acknowledge has the power to kill us. And we have a blade that can kill us. It feels like, and if once we regain our mortality, to free Dakon, we'll have to kill us. All of the things leads to us having a proper death, right? Not this reincarnation cycle that we keep on having. Yeah, let's see. Never mind. I want to talk to someone else. Forget it. These two options are. I think both of them are true, but probably two is more true. 2 is proportionally a bigger. It's a bigger proportion for a reason, I think. Fungus notes, even an immortal may want to leave an opening for mortality to creep in. There are many for whom immortality is not a blessing. You may have wished Valor be kept in case. You may have wished Valor be kept in case immortality one day became too much for you to bear. Maybe.
Yes?
Interesting thought. Like, give me a second. I want to see the last. I'm sorry for taking time. I'm just like trying to take in the game as much as I can because it feels like we are reaching that conclusion. We are like slowly edging towards that conclusion, and this is a time where I have to like really try to, pick everything, treat everything with extreme interest as well as importance. I don't know. Some other
Yes?
questions. Sorry, wait. Companions, Valor, Confess, Memory. Okay. Interesting thought. Let's move on. Okay, I just want to see that last remark, which is nothing. Yeah,
All right.
it isn't too revealing, but still. Let's move on. I don't know if we'll ever come back to this place. No, people. No, that's not the way. Come back up. See, Mort knows. Alright. How do we. This is the left arm, I would say. An arch somewhere here. Let's just save and
I'm gone.
try to. Bato. Oh, look at the planets. Moons? I don't know.
Chief, nothing's worth this. Please, let's get out of here, okay?
Oh, Mort, it's okay, Mort. We're not leaving you
Done.
behind. We're not gonna punish you. We're keeping you around safely. This is Bator. It's not. Doesn't say plane of skulls or pillar of skulls or. Did I save? Just paranoid right now. Like, save. Oh, no. Abisai. We can't damage them without
What's up?
spells.
Even 50 swigs of brandy wouldn't make you look good.
Damn it.
Oh, God.
My bite's now.
Die.
Okay. I think Nameless One took some
Good as done.
damage because.
All right.
I don't know how long this episode is, by the way. It's probably too long, but I'm just gonna keep playing because I am invested. Maybe we'll. I don't know. Once we reach the Pillar of Skulls, I'm probably gonna split this episode then so that we can keep it evenly paced. There's nothing here. Oh no, who's that? Where's that coming from? That's just normal Bator, I guess.
Sure, why not?
I'm gone.
Oh no, who's that? Damsel in distress? Again, Avisa injured? I don't think a damsel in distress would be in Bator like this.
What?
Again, fool me?
Leatherhead.
Oh god. Help. Mort, use the...
Stupid yabo.
Oh god, it doesn't work on him. Okay. Well, the damsel is dead. She's not in
You
distress
will
anymore.
Bite's not working on this thing.
See, this is a trap. Why would I... I'm so stupid.
I'm gone.
I should have just left these people alone. No, I'm just going. Go away. I don't have time for this.
How may I help?
Grace. Well, I don't know if we should use some of our spells. Maybe this. Oh god.
All right.
Okay, so it's probably here, I guess. Oh, this is so stupid. We should probably, okay, once we find the Pillar of Skulls or anything close, anything resembling an interesting and serious landmark, we'll probably read our journal and read our journal and like
Okay.
stop the episode. Okay, it's only part left to explore. Okay, I guess we just travel through Bato. It's just a map where we just travel through Bato.
I'm gone.
Oh, okay. Pillar of Skulls. We can hear the chattering of skulls or heads. Okay, let's look at our journal. Hopefully the noise cuts out. Yeah, the noise does cut out. Inventory. Yeah, our inventory management is terrible at this point. We have a lot of random items like bracelets and rings. We just fill up the inventory. Journal. Coffin pillow. We haven't gotten a coffin pillow yet. God damn it. Dream builder. We really should complete it. Yeah. Combined slavery, weakness of nameless one, Marisa's Crimson Veil, and Vivian's personal sin. I'm so annoyed at these two quests that I couldn't complete them yet. Journal. Okay, I found Fhjull Folktongue, the charitable fiend. It seems he has been contractually bound by an agreement with Trias, whom he calls Trias the Betrayer. He is now cursed to do good deeds to aid those in need of aid. He's not happy about it either. Folktang told me that a pillar made of sages, liars, and traitors might have the answer I seek regarding my missing mortality. There's a portal made under the left arm of the giant skeleton here, through which I can travel to reach Bato. He also said that they are going to guide us to the Fortress of Regrets. Why don't you talk about the Fortress of Regrets here? The Fiend also told me how to return from the pillar. Simply find something common to the environment of the plane, and it should bring me pivot. Simply find something common to the environment of the plane, and it should bring me back here. What? The Fiend also told me how to return from pillar. Simply find something common to the environment of the plane, and it should bring. Didn't he say about like using a obsidian or something to cut our tongue? I don't know how I'm misinterpreting this or how Nameless One is interpreting it this way. Ugh, I'm so scared to just it just flashes you with the screen, you know. I want to look at NPCs, but yeah, immediately it goes to PC screen. It's scary to kind of switch to this place. Valor. The suit of Mercy Killer armor apparently has been standing here in prison under curse for some years. It has not been disturbed, which is strange considering how we equip the people of Curse are to seek a profit. Okay. No, this is such a the armor, right? It's so impractical in a sense. You could slice so many people just walking around. I guess that's what they want, maybe. NPCs, collector, Dinara. Fhjull Folktongue. Okay, it's good that we can see him. He's all rusted. God. Such a horrifying. Folktongue is a victim of Trias, whom he calls a betrayer. He signed a contract with the Deva that consigned him to acts of charity until Trias is dead. He makes his home in the bones of Ulgoris in Outlands, hiding from mortal and immortal alike. He has knowledge and items that may prove useful. Giant skeleton, ghoul female, Grahelith are outcast fiends of the plains, savage fighters who create themselves from the bodies of the dead that litter Carcerai spheres. They are universally feared and despised, and for good reason. Best to stay away from them. If you can't do that, make sure you got a weapon that'll drive them off. Glabrasu. Of all the Tenari demonic fiends that inhabit the abyss of chaos and evil, few are as cunning and dog like Glabrasu. They are chosen. These are the chosen temple tempters of mortal minds, offering power and knowledge beyond the ken of even the most knowledgeable. Of course, this knowledge comes with a price. They are also brutal warriors, among the most dangerous creatures you have encountered. Tread carefully, both in body and mind. Greater shadow, skeletal shadows that have taken the place of the first shadows you saw, seem to be far more dangerous. Their elongated limbs ends in vicious claws and they swarm like insects. I don't know if you have met these. Gronk. Oh, these character models are quite good. It's really difficult to understand what they look like from the normal game graphics, right? The Gronk is a stupid, burly creature, stupidly aggressive. They tend to be docile until their territory is invaded. And unfortunately, by the time you see one, you probably invaded its territory. Just to avoid combat with these, they appear to be immune to crushing weapons. Grillik. These pack creatures are cowardly on their own, preferring to hunt only with their brethren nearby. They attack with their hind feet, slashing their enemies with razor sharp claws. They appear to be immune to edged weapons. Okay. Harmonium. I always mix between like harmonium and merciless. I know Seal's fashions, the harmonium credo is leave right. Unfortunately for others, this credo often translates leave like we do or else. They firmly believe in the rule of law and thus they serve as enforcers of sigil streets. Their red armor helps them stand out on the city streets. See, they seem to be very similar to mercy killers because they also are standing for law, right, and not good. Huge thug, lady of pain, larval worm, lemur, the least of the hordes of the lawful evil Batsu. Limos are the incarnate spirits of the truly evil. They are used as ballista fodder for the blood war and are barely intelligent. You need magic weapons or holy items to hurt them. It seems for the gelatinous flesh seals behind any wounds you might inflict. Lothar Mantuk Mercy Killer. This is Mercy Killer. One of the most frightening factions still Mercy Killers, the Red Death are relentless in their pursuit of justice. They believe without justice they cannot be there can be no truth. They have appointed themselves the guardians and executioners of the true justice across multiverse. Their only redeeming grace is that they apply justice to all things, including themselves, and do not enforce unjust laws. Their fantastic devotion is unnerving, but can be used against them. I think most of these creatures, we got the description of these creatures from the lecture that we had uh, from the festival. That's probably when this got added. Harmed by magical or holy weapons. Furrowed, Ravel. Wow, I don't know if I looked at Ravel's description. This is what Ravel looks like. She isn't as horrifying as I imagined. I thought much worse, but she's almost like reaching out, half kind and half obsessed. All the stories you heard about Ravel Puzzlewell prepared you for a loathsome monster who would devour your soul. If she intended that though, she chose a strange way to go about it. She's undeniably insane, trapped in a black barbed maze of thorns and evil. You can't help but pity her. Despite her great power, she has lost everything. Great, great. Okay, you can't help but pity her. The thing is, the game does not present like an explicit option to like pity her. The game pushes back against pity actually. The first time we meet her, we have the option to attack. Even if we don't attack her immediately, we have the dialogue options to start attacking her. The game wants us to like be angry and like repulsed by her, and then writes her in such a relatable but still evil way that by the end we have this hint of mercy and pity kind of coming, which is yeah, it's the restraint in like directly presenting an option but just letting us kind of feel it out. That's fascinating stuff. Red Abyssai, Shadow, Skeleton Beast, Small Thug. Okay, we have a description for the Transcendent one. I don't even know if I want to look at it. It's so of course I'm going to look at it now because it's presented here. Should I look at it? I don't want to look at it unless like the game presents the proper narrative for it. Because if it's a description like because the descriptions for these characters are not updated as the story progresses. It seems like once we meet these characters, the descriptions are here. If we met Ravel, talk to her, I guess it's only after a combat that we can back out and like read this. I feel. I don't know if the game immediately adds this once we are in that room, because then it spoils the whole thing, right? And I don't know anything about Transcendent one, so I'm gonna skip that. I'm not gonna click that. It's so tempting to do it because I know this would be like a cool character. God damn it, game. All right, Trias. Hopefully, the role that Trias plays is over, and we can like safely look at it. Okay, look at Trias. His burned wings. Trias the Deva, a celestial being from the upper planes. You first encountered him in the prison of curse, imprisoned in an obsidian bubble. His beauty is astonishing to behold. The aura of goodness rolls from him like a glorious wave of light. His wings are charred down to the bone, yet he seems to bear his suffering with pride. Tricha. These bird-like creatures are docile things that flock together in the outlands. They appear to be friendly, but what happens when they get riled is another question entirely. You wonder how they taste. Trigit. Ravel's black barb maze is said to hold the legendary Night Hag herself, but in the centuries that she has been gone from Sigil, she has had the opportunity to art her personal maze. Seeds fell from her hair as she traveled through the maze, and peculiar energies of the maze spawned these creatures, the Trigits. They are essentially sentient trees, and they seem to have a hunger for blood. Sentient trees seem to have a hunger for blood. Verrat, Wizard, Zombie Male, Trelon. Ordinarily, you'd think the beetles would be small things which you could crush with your boot. You wouldn't credit them with intelligence. You certainly wouldn't credit them with a sadistic streak. At least you wouldn't until you saw the Trelons. These hissing beetle things live in the dark, and they have a marked penchant for pain. They seem to be a breed of lower planar creature because there's palpable evil in them. Tiefling male, tiefling female, Tokla. Yeah, we're not clicking Transcendent today. Shadow. The shadows are pale, effeminate wraiths who draw themselves from the ground quietly. They strike without warning and seem to be more bloodhound than warrior. With our death, we spawn shadows, right? I think it's with our death that we spawn shadows. And we have Ravel. Cool. All right. I think we'll call it an episode here, and we'll explore the Pillar of Skulls in the next episode.
We should make haste while in this place.